The Long Island Children's Museum presents the 16th annual and first virtual Cupcakes and Cocktails online with your host, Lardpop, with special appearances by Granny Dot, Jenna Bush Hager, bubbler Jeff Boyer, illustrator and graphic artist Mica Hendricks, plus a musical performance by the Uniondale Show Choir, Rhythm of the Night. And tonight's great friend to kids honorees, Lisa and Louis Warren. Now please welcome your host for the night, Lardpop!
Oh my, oh that was well said. Hey kids, it's me, Granny Dot. Listen, Lolly's a little late. I told her 7 p.m. would creep up on her like bad knees and old age, but what are we gonna do, right? At least you're here and you look fabulous. Granny Dot, I can't find my LICM shirt. What? That's because it's hanging on the wall behind us, honey. What does Granny Dot always say? Everything has its place, and there's a place for everything. Now, honey, hurry up and find something else to wear because we're live. What? That'll get her moving. Hey, don't worry, sweetheart. I got this virtual thing covered. You know what? I'm going to sing a nice little doodiddle for all you all. Okay, now, if I can just find my microphone. I'll be right back, kids. Where's my microphone? Something. Wait, Granny Dot, no! This is my big opening. Wait, what? Oh, I can't find anything to wear. I don't know anything. I don't know what. Nigel, what are you doing? Nigel, not now. It's like the tech is over. I mean, like this. Hi everybody. Oh boy, this is not the way I imagined my grand entrance. I was supposed to enter to applause. No, not that kind of applause. No, I was supposed to be wearing a fabulous dress that was from a famous Italian designer, But now this is not working. It's not how I planned it. Honey, just because something didn't go as planned, it doesn't mean it's ruined. I mean, surviving 2020 is proof of that. You know what you gotta do? No, what? You gotta, what's the word the business people are using? Pivot? Yeah, exactly. You gotta pivot and swiftly, just like the Long Island Children's Museum did when the pandemic hit. Now you go out there and you give these people what they logged in for. A fabulous event. You know what? My Granny Dot is right. Nigel, cue the opening. Let's do this. There is a place right in Long Island. It is so great. It keeps me smiling. So very grand. Lots of exhibits to see there. Kiva wants to share. Social distancing. Maybe next year they still have art and lots of science. I feel so smart. Thanks to their guidance. They are the kindest. I like to play there, learn there, watch others play there. How many museums have their own theater? Let my hair down and no one will stare. It's a magical place for everyone and everybody's invited. I love the Long Island Children's Museum. Yeah! Woo, let's do this!
Mommy?
Yes?
I'm going to every exhibit when this
That
opens.
is a great plan.
Every single exhibit.
I don't
Kiva is a must. Crying instruction and bathing suit. The day it opens, I'm staying here for the whole day.
I used to have parents that came in and said, oh, thank God this museum is here. I had to get out of the house, but the weather was prohibiting me from taking the children to the park.
This place is massive. I just remember being like, what is that?
Right here on Long Island.
The first thing I always notice is this is a nice, clean place. I don't have to worry.
They have
everything. I said,
oh my God, I wish I were a kid. They have a climbing area. They have a block area.
The staff are amazingly warm and helpful. We feel like it's a place where we belong. That's kind of hard to come by when you've got a child on the spectrum.
It's a nice place to go, safe place to go, and
it's a magical place.
As a parent, I always had a good time being there with my kids. You see them really get excited and have a great time, but also, they're not even aware of the fact they can actually be learning while they're there, which is the big added bonus.
I love kids and I love to be around them, and if I had the opportunity to help them or to connect with them in some way, I think this is the perfect way.
So I've always felt safe there. I get kind of nervous when we're out at the park, looking around, especially with two kids. It's a lot.
Ella was a severe premature baby, so for the first 2 years of her life, she didn't interact because of medical concerns. And then when the doctor finally said, go out and get her interactive with children, I go, oh my goodness, where can I take a 2-year-old that is fun, a safe environment in that learning capacity? And lo and behold, I found the LICM, and it's been a love story since then.
Hey Lolly, thanks for hosting tonight.
Sure thing.
I'm Suzanne LeBlanc, President of Long Island Children's Museum.
I'm Roni Kohen-Lemle. I'm one of the museum co-founders and the current board chair.
What? You're a chair? Miss Roni, you don't look like a chair.
Oh, no, Lolly. That's a different kind of chair.
Yeah, all right.
We're coming to you virtually tonight instead of our usual live gala because COVID changed a lot of things.
I know, it sure did. COVID's scary, Miss Suzanne. I don't like it.
It is scary. The museum had to close its doors from March to August to protect everybody's health and safety. But we never stop being connected to children and to our community.
That's right. Our staff immediately started creating online content for families and schools. We launched LICM at Home to replicate the museum experience for families at home and teachers in virtual classrooms.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm so grateful you did that, Miss Suzanne, and I loved it. I saw LICM at home.
All right, good morning, everyone. Okay, about ready to start, boys and girls?
This morning, it's all about colors. What color crayon Josh is going to put on?
Let's see.
Purple. Great job, purple. ¿Qué color hay? Very good.
Giovanni, ¿qué colores? Green, very good.
Very good, Flor-Ann. I see it.
It was so cool. I did some science experiments. I did lots of art, which inspired this, which I used for tonight. Not only that, I got to see some animals and the productions at the LICM Theater. It was awesome.
That's wonderful, Lolly.
Mm-hmm.
The museum also provided videos, activities, and websites for teachers at all grade levels and outreach programs to libraries, camps, and daycare centers. Since March, we've reached a virtual audience of 370,000 people.
Wow!
And our social media footprint expanded with 1/5 now from outside the metropolitan area. We never stopped serving, but the revenue needed to pay for our building and staff to help us serve our community did stop.
What? It's terrible. How are you gonna, how is it? You mean no money for the signs and the shows and the stuff and the kids? What? It's so awful.
Exactly, Lolly. I feel your pain. But you know what? I'm so proud of the way everyone at the museum worked together to bring some normalcy to our members and fans during a very challenging time. I don't think the museum founders ever could have imagined that a pandemic would threaten our financial sustainability.
Everyone, please help us continue the work by donating tonight. Text LICM to 41444.
Every donation makes a difference. You can help ensure that this museum stays strong and healthy so that we can serve another 5 million grown-ups, children, and school groups.
Wow.
Lolly, maybe you'd like to come help me with the budget and learn more about revenue.
Is the budget made of candy? Because then I'd be interested. Because you're.
Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the event.
Thank you, Suzanne and Roni. You guys are awesome. All that you do to help us kids. I mean, I don't know what I'd do without you, and I'm super, super grateful. So tonight is going to be fabulous, especially if you open your wallets, people. Support something wonderful. So everybody get ready, sit back, relax, because you're going to hear some beautiful music, and everybody's giving of themselves tonight to make it extra special for LICM. Woo! Let's do this thing!
When we first started going, Brian did not actually like the museum because he didn't like any place where there were people. I am Cindy Sloat. I am the mother of a child with autism, and we started going to the Long Island Children's Museum because the group we belong to, the Nassau-Suffolk Autism Society, held several private events there for our children. One of the most important things to teach my child was manners. These private events that were held at the museum allowed my son to learn how to wait, because waiting is still not his strong suit. But now he can do it for a limited amount of time, but more than 30 seconds, which is where we were. And I use those visits to let him learn in a judgment-free atmosphere how to wait. If he had a meltdown, no one there cared. People just wanted to help. One of our favorite stories is that he would not touch slime in the messy room for several visits. And then finally one day, Brian touched the slime, and I came running out to tell Fawn, he touched it. The little things are the big things. The big things don't really come for us, and the little things are few and far between.
Oh boy. You know what? I really love that so much. It's really true. You know, I get to meet all kinds of friends at the LICM, and that's what makes it such a great place. Everybody is different in some way, right? But there, we're all treated the same. Anyway, I've even become a better friend. And you know what else? It makes me feel like I'm part of something big. And oh, by the way, this year's theme, it's building bridges for a brighter future. And isn't that magical? Oh, and speaking of magic, get ready for this. You are not going to believe this. I just found out that we met our goal. Yes! Can you believe that? Isn't that amazing? I mean, come on. And with magic comes fairy godmothers and fairy godfathers. Look at that. Oh, wait, look at that. I don't know. I'm just so excited. I'm all over the place. You see, we do have a fairy godmother and a fairy godfather. And guess what? It's one of our donors. And they have agreed to match dollar for dollar whatever we make here tonight. Up to an X amount of dollars, of course. Isn't that amazing? I mean, because everyone wants to keep these programs going. And like we said, building bridges for a brighter future. And the more that we do for them, the more that they can do for us. So thank you, LICM. Thank you, donors. I can't believe it. Dollar for dollar. Fairy godmother. I'm gonna match this.
Building Bridges to a Brighter Future, interpreted by illustrator and graphic artist Mica Hendricks, and defined by the LICM community of staff, parents, and kids.
I would define a bridge as a way to close a gap that is there, and I think that is something that the museum does so well, is to close that gap with all different communities, in particular with the community that I serve, for our visitors with disabilities. I think we're always working towards making sure that we're as accessible as possible, and that every time those visitors come in, that they don't necessarily have to make changes to the things that they want to do, that they can just come in, stay as long as possible, and use the different resources that we have in order to make sure that they're having a good time.
There's this thing where you go in this tubey thing and then a bubble floats around you. I make ginormous ones this big. I love the one where you like put it like up and then you put it yeah, that's the bubble.
love the bubbling.
They're fun.
Ay, Dios mío. Do you know the museum's address? Is it in Manhattan? Brooklyn? Queens? Boogie Down Bronx?
No.
We're not going to say Staten Island.
I don't even know Boogie Down.
Where are we right now?
We are at the LICM, Long Island Children's Museum.
So where could the museum be?
Look, I said Young Island. Nassau County?
Do you know the exact address?
No.
If you had to guess, what would it be?
221 LICM in Nassau County.
We live in a small apartment. We don't have a big space, so this is the place you take. You know, it's like your backyard and your playroom, and you don't have to buy all this stuff. You come, you enjoy it, and then you go home. Yeah, so definitely worth it for many reasons. If you're on a budget, but even if you want to support the arts, if you want to support this really incredible place on Long Island.
Museums are important because you get to explore the world of art, but in this case, not only art, you get to explore everything.
As a kid, I just liked going and touching things because, you know, kids aren't allowed to touch things, especially at a museum. I'm like, oh, I can go over there and I could go touch that shoe, or oh, I can go over there and I could touch that animal. I think now, like, as an older person, an older adolescent, I think that's like the smartest thing.
When children, especially when they're younger and they're exposed to things, it can put a little kernel in their mind and say, wow, you know what, maybe I do have an interest in STEM. And maybe I do want to be a scientist or an engineer. This museum is a great place for kids to discover things that they don't even really know about themselves. And they may not even know until they're much older how their experiences here playing with their families and other little kids in the museum is actually going to impact their lives and make a difference, and maybe even help them determine what kind of a career they're going to have for the future.
The crazy thing to me is that I'm actually still learning when I'm teaching these topics, and you'd think that a high school student would know a lot of the topics that they're teaching 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, but strangely enough, I learn every day I go to the museum.
My name is Erin Brennan. I'm currently going into my senior year at Garden City High School in the fall.
My name is Caitlin DeLay. I am 19 years old. I currently attend Tufts University in Boston, where my major is biochemistry. I became a green teen because in the Newsday there was an ad. They were looking for more green teens, and my mom showed me, and it sounded like a really interesting program.
It's a program that now is called STEM Explorers, where we help kids aged 3 to 12 learn all about science programs and various topics.
They taught us how they go through creating different craft ideas, and then every afternoon we set up a table, and as people walked to the museum, they could stop by and do our craft. And so every week we came up with like a new theme. So the one that I think sticks out the most in my mind is Bug Week, because they had people like eating worms and crickets and grasshoppers, and that's just not something that you forget very quickly. But it has been a great fun fact for every time I've been to a new school or a new job. My name is Kristen Sinclair. I am 26 years old. I've recently graduated from George Washington University with a Master of Science in the field of data science.
I learned some new things that actually helped me in school this year because I already learned it. I was like, oh, I know exactly what we're doing. I know exactly what this lab is. We did something similar with the Green Teens.
I remember during training of Green Teens last summer, I was asked why this program, and I remember answering how much I actually get to learn. It's something that I wouldn't even realize, from basic topics like colors in nature, even bees. I definitely think that this program has encouraged my love for science.
Everyone came from such different backgrounds, and everyone was just so interesting and had really fun stories to share. So we really got along, and I missed that a lot. I missed them a lot.
Okay, that goes there. Oh, wow. I know for me, I've been doing lots of cool science experiments with LICM at home. It's true. You know what? I've been learning about polymers, atoms, and elements on the periodic table. Oh, okay. I gotta go, but I really want to show you a really cool experiment I did with my Granny Dot. But before I do, here's a little joke. Hey, you! Why can't you trust an atom? Because they make up everything. Okay. Hey, do you want to hear a potassium joke? Okay. Get it? K. I try. You know what? I need. You know what? Working with this guy is an experiment. Maybe we need to.
Young Minds in Science! Yay!
Hello, my name is Amy Terzulli, and I'm the Director of Education here at the Long Island Children's Museum. And I'm lucky enough to have two friends joining me. I have Brumzik Brandon, retired science teacher from the Westbury School District and science enthusiast, as well as Sanjata Lodha. She's a green teen and volunteer here at the Children's Museum. So today we're going to show you some really fun experiments. It's a little bit science and a little bit magic. It's a trick. Super easy. What you will need is a Ziploc bag. So we're going to grab our bags here, and you will notice that our bags are filled with water. So you're going to fill your bags about halfway, 3/4 of the way, and you are going to use a simple pencil, number 2, pretty sharp. And if we poke this, you are going to think that the water will come shooting out.
What do you think will happen?
So why don't we try this together? Ooh, it's getting tricky. So go right in the middle of the water and go straight through the bag. Ta-da! Water is not spilling out. Brumzik, what's the science that's happening here?
Well, these bags are made of polymers. And polymers are long, flexible molecules which actually form a seal around the pencil.
Okay, so we know we've sealed it up. Let's see what's going to happen when we pull it out. Let's use it over our bowl just to be safe. It will spill, the water will spill all over. So have fun trying this science experiment at home. It's a little bit of magic and a little bit of science. Enjoy!
I'm Carol Joseph. I'm the Community Engagement Program Manager as well as the Together to Kindergarten Program Manager. In many countries around the world, once a parent or a family, they send their kids to school, it's really the school responsibility to make sure that child is kind of well educated. In the American school system, it takes a family support like 50%, the school a solid 50%, which helps a 100% good student. This program entails involving not just kids who have not been in preschool before and they are entering kindergarten, but as well as their parents who have absolutely no idea how they should support their kids in the American school system.
She tells us everything to do, how to prepare your kids to be on time, and for you also, for me also, and then I keep everything in organized. The way she explained to us to prepare your kids, it's not the time when your son gonna go to school or the bus gonna come at 8 or 7:30 and then you wash and everything. No, you need to prepare yourself. I didn't know. I'm telling you the truth. I didn't know. Now I do everything like organize my time, organize him.
Si moun yo apprend un paquet de programme là. Non seulement si moun yo apprend un paquet de programme là, moi-même tout m'apprendre le programme là. Le dit dans la kindergarten, li pa gen trop gros trouble, raison parce que il était en orientation.
I was born in Haiti and I came when I was 4 years old. And they were struggling to find a school for me to go to, and they didn't know any places. And this museum helped them, and I kind of learned how to speak English.
I love when they come back and they, or better yet, they tell their teacher, oh, they miss this school. They actually refer to the museum as their school. My first school was a museum, and we got to play, we got to learn, and we got to learn while we were playing.
I love everything about the program. It was so interesting, very helpful for the kids. Encontré que el programa tiene muchas formas de enseñar a los niños de una forma especial a los niños a través del juego, a través de la ciencia, Los niños aprenden muchas cosas.
Sometimes they say they miss Miss Carol because they think of me as their first teacher, or Mr. Josh, who was actually another teacher in the class.
The Children's Museum won a national medal, the highest award that's given to children's museums or any museums in the country in 2012, I think. And that, when you think about what that says, is that on Long Island, in the center of Nassau County, the center of the island, and accessible to everyone from New York City to Queens, all the way out to the East End, we have a nationally recognized world-class museum of culture, fun, theater, and play for families and kids.
Ah, what? That's amazing! Did you hear that? You know what? I have been around for a long time and I love history. In fact, I even say I'm not old, I'm history. And I just want to point out what he just said. This museum made history with getting that award. Woo! That is incredible. Well, I'll tell you what, that's going to make me want to keep going and being part of history. I'll be right back. I better get Lolly because I'm going to donate right now. Unbelievable. That award made history. Received that. Incredible.
And now a word from our co-chairs.
I'm Scott Rechler, CEO and Chairman of RXR Realty, and I'm thrilled to be here tonight as your co-host along with my dear friend, Scott Burman. I've been involved with the Long Island Children's Museum almost from its very beginning, and over the years I've seen it grow into one of Long Island's most important institutions for our family and our community overall. This past year has been tough. COVID-19 is hard to understand. It's been a challenging year for all of us, but most importantly, it's been challenging for our children. Nothing's been normal, and it's been very difficult for everyone to adapt. Reopening the Children's Museum has given our children a chance to have a taste of normal again. It's also been challenging times for institutions like the Long Island Children's Museum. Your choosing to support the Children's Museum tonight over other institutions speaks volumes of how important you think this institution is and is appreciated by us more than ever before. Tonight, you've not only made an investment in the Long Island Children's Museum, you made an investment in the future of Long Island. Finally, I'd like to congratulate our two honorees, Lisa and Louis Warren. They're a terrific couple. They're great role models, great leaders to our community. And I can't think of any two people that deserve the Great Friend to Kids Award more than Lisa and Louis Warren. I'm thrilled to be able to congratulate them and serve as a co-chair of this event. Lisa and Louis, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all of your leadership. And thank you for your friendship. For everyone else, please enjoy yourself tonight. Let's make the best out of our virtual fun together and creativity. And thank you again for supporting the Long Island Children's Museum.
Thank you, Scott. It's been such a pleasure working with you on this special event. I'm Scott Burman, President of Engel Burman Construction and a Principal at Engel Burman. LICM is a special place to me and my family, and we're proud supporters because at its core, LICM is all about enriching and serving our community. We made such a real impact on Long Island for generations, a place that's at the forefront of addressing issues and bridging gaps within our community. LICM is leveling the educational playing field, helping to create the next generation of creative problem solvers, and enhancing the lives of Long Islanders. Especially these last months, after children were isolated, all of us have struggled with anxiety and stress. This museum is vital for the health of our community. During this time, important revenue for the museum has all but stopped, and now, even more than ever, it's so important that we come together to ensure the future of our Children's Museum. I want to also recognize all the wonderful sponsors for your unwavering support. Even during these challenging times, we thank you very much. And supporting the development of cultural and educational amenities on Long Island is vital to sustaining our region's growth and prosperity. For those who are able, if you haven't already, please consider making a contribution tonight. And for everyone watching from home, I hope you're enjoying as much as I am with my family. Thank you all for joining us.
Wow, there sure are a lot of people helping us out tonight. And you know what I noticed? We're talking a lot about firsts. Like, yeah, my first school was at the museum, or the first time I was able to take my kids out to a place, or the first time I touched something gooey and yucky in the messy room. A lot of firsts. Well, I'll tell you what, guess what my first was? The first play I ever saw was at the museum. Go figure, at the museum. And you know what? I've seen at least 5 plays by now. I mean, oh, my buddy pal, Austin, he's a puppeteer. I've seen him there. And Kyle, Kyle plays a mouse in a play about moon and cheese. Wait, or was it a mouse and cheese? Mouse, moon, and cheese. Either way, it's pretty great here. And here are a bunch of people who love theater as much as I do. Is it cheesy? Was that a cheesy way to put it?
Whenever the opportunity presented itself, we would find ourselves at the theater.
The board made a strategic decision at the founding of this glorious facility here to have an in-person theater.
Dun, 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 I'm a mouse that wants cheese.
Just talk very deep.
The clam show, that was my favorite.
Happy as Clams, the musical, has a really strong message of self-identity and knowing who you are and knowing your worth. I'm Austin Costello, and I'm the resident puppet artist at the Long Island Children's Museum Theater. I work with a company called Puppet Kitchen, and I work on a show you might have heard about called Sesame Street.
I'm Kyle Mahoney, and I am an actor and puppeteer at the Long Island Children's Museum, and I've been doing this for 5 years now.
I'm Danny Weinkoff, and I am a musician and a pediatric physical therapist part-time.
Who are you?
I'm Keegan Joseph Dunn. It is an actor called Freddie Mouse.
Keegan has been calling me Freddie Mouse because of one of the shows we put on here at the museum called Mouse on the Move, where I played a character named Freddie Mouse. Keegan really liked about the show is how interactive it was.
My name is Douglas Tata. This is my daughter Ruth Tata. We've enjoyed the Children's Museum for many years. I want to loves the puppets. And they have great puppets there at the theater. And the man, I don't know his name, he's fantastic.
I love kids. I love teaching children. I love entertaining kids.
There was one year where there was a tremendous snowstorm and everybody was sort of shut down, and I think it was a Saturday, so there was no schools anyway, but still we had 2 shows that day and the theater was crowded with kids, I think just happy to get out of their homes. And we were just so excited that they had made it to the theater.
It's been a blessing to us, and he's so kind. And Ruthie has benefited so much. Thank you, thank you.
I love this museum and it means a lot to me.
All communities should come, all families should come, bring their kids and join us.
When I see parents and children and grandparents and other visitors come into the space, it makes me feel really good to see that connection happen. Like a grandparent is showing a child a certain flower that they know the name of. And I love that because I feel like in these days, these little smart kids, I mean, it's so rare that a grandparent has the opportunity to show them up a little bit. I think you can kind of see the child kind of react to that, like, wow, grandma's pretty smart.
See how much your support means to me and everybody in our community, everyone who loves theater and science and all that. So, that little thing that's going across the bottom there that asks you to donate, go ahead and go for it. And you know what? No amount is too small. Like me, I myself donated 5 gummy worms, 3 candy corns, and some fruit wraps. Yeah. Every little bit helps. And you know what? You don't have to donate now. You can donate later. Guess what? My granny Dot got me the cupcake VIP. Except, sadly, the frosting never made it to the cupcake. It just went right in there. But Granny Dot ate the cake part. That was fun. I'm so excited for tonight. I love it.
Young Minds in Science! Yay!
So if you're looking for a little wow for your family, this is the experiment for you. And these are the ingredients that you're going to use to make elephant toothpaste. So you want to find a container. Something tall usually works best. First, you're going to use hydrogen peroxide, and you're going to mix that with a little bit of dish soap. Then you're going to be using some food coloring. Then you're going to be using your dry active yeast and warm water. You want to make sure that you're mixing these 2 together. This is what activates the yeast. You can use a spoon or you could really just use your finger and get it all activated in there. Ready? Go! Whoa! Brumdick, what's the science that's happening here?
Hydrogen peroxide actually turns into water and oxygen. Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. The yeast acts as a catalyst which speeds up that reaction.
Way to go. This is a fun science experiment you can do at home. Have fun, enjoy experimenting with your family. Kids will be doing something called milk kaleidoscopes, which is a lot of fun. So we will be using warm milk, warm it up in the microwave, not scorching hot, kind of like what you would feed a baby. You will be pouring the milk into a wide panned dish. The next step will be to use food coloring. You will be dropping little droplets of colors that you like and enjoy, creating different points all around the milk. This is where the magic happens. You will be taking soap and Q-tips and dip it into the soap. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I like that. But you'll see the colors start to mix, and it's fun to create different patterns. It's very therapeutic. So Brumzik, what's the science that's happening here?
Actually, the soap molecules reduce the surface tension you were talking about earlier.
And that's how you make milk kaleidoscopes. Enjoy making them at home with your family and friends. Way to go!
So the Great Friend to Kids Award started as a national award given out by the Association of Children's Museums. I was on their board at the time, and we wanted to recognize people who are nationally known who had contributed their whole lives to improving the lives of children. We gave it to people, while I was there, like Barbara Bush, Fred Rogers, Marion Wright Edelman, who was the founder of the Children's Defense Fund. And every time we told people about it and asked them if they would receive the award, they were so touched. We decided here that we wanted to have that award be local. And this is the first time we're doing it, and Lisa and Louis Warren are our inaugural recipients.
My name is Christopher Hayward. I'm president and partner at Golden Tree Asset Management, and I had the pleasure to meet Louis Warren through a terrific nonprofit organization called Pencil. Their passion and focus on so many activities across the community with children at the center and making things better for children in all aspects of their lives is to be rewarded, and it's an honor to be part of it with them today. Congratulations.
Lisa and I met 4 years ago serving on the Board of Trustees for Portledge School. Lisa, I am humbled and inspired by you and what you have successfully achieved within our community. You raise our hopes for all our children with your dedication to them. Lisa, it's my honor and privilege to congratulate you on receiving this Great Friend to Kids Award.
I'm Ariel Warren.
And I'm Marshall Warren.
And we are so happy to congratulate our parents on being the recipients of the Great Friends of Kids Award.
Ever since Ariel and I were young, our parents always preached hard work and giving back to the community.
Some of our fondest memories happened at the Long Island Children's Museum, and we wanted to specifically highlight our parents' work with the Friends Around the World Festival, an International Day of Play. We love you.
Congratulations on all your hard work with the Long Island Children's Museum.
The museum was conducting a Friends Around the World festival, and Lisa and Louis were chairs of that festival, and they had been for several years. That's a festival that celebrates the lives of many different cultural groups. And it was just wonderful, just people from all over Long Island sharing their stories, their food, their culture. Lisa and Louis were there and were so excited and proud of that event. I'll never forget it.
I met Lisa Warren when her son Marshall played hockey for me for 2 years. I think Lisa's a great recipient for this year's award. She puts the kids first. She's a very selfless person. I couldn't think of anybody that would be a better recipient of the award. I really want to congratulate Lisa. She's a great friend of mine and the Warrens, and I'm real proud of her. What an unbelievable feat for her.
It's my pleasure to add my congratulations to Lisa and Louis Warren on being recipients of the 2020 Great Friend to Kids Award. I've known Lisa and Louis for at least the last 6 years when I first met them at a pencil gala when we were able to do these kinds of events in person. Louis has been a longtime partner to Pencil, working with the students of MS 226. He has helped young men and women find their potential and put them on a path to college and career success beginning in middle school. I know them as parents, as colleagues, and as friends who have always put the interests of children ahead of their own. So once again, I want to congratulate Lisa and Louis for the outstanding work they do on behalf of New York City school children and those all across the New York metropolitan area. They are truly great friends to kids.
And now, here to present the Great Friends to Kids Award, please welcome Miss Jenna Bush Hager.
Hello, everyone. I'm so thrilled to be with you this evening. As a mother of 3 young kids and a former teacher, I know the importance of play and experimental learning. And children's museums are made for this. Kids get to play, explore, and experience the world in new ways. I value this museum and recognize it's a place where moms and dads, grandparents, and friends can bring children to not only feel safe, but to explore and to learn. But they also build social networks for themselves. It gives me such great pleasure to be part of LICM's inaugural Great Friend to Kids Award. This is an award my grandmother, Barbara Bush, or we call her Ganny, was given in 2003 by the Association of Children's Museums. LICM's Great Friend to Kids Award spotlight the contributions of community champions who are enhancing the lives of children through education, health, and community building. LICM has selected an amazing couple to be the first recipient of this award, a couple who has devoted so much time to this organization, supporting children and education, Lisa and Lewis Warren. As Fred Rogers, who also won this award in 1994, once said, "Anyone who does anything to help a child in his life is a hero to me." We have seen so many heroes emerge through this period of quarantine. We have watched the strength and commitment of essential workers. Many of us have looked to define our essential role through a commitment to time and resources, to precious commodities, to organizations that strengthen our children, our families, and our communities. I want to thank the Warrens for being heroes for this and their incredible service to community and helping to make Long Island an awesome place to raise a family. And I want to congratulate them tonight.
On behalf of Lisa and I, receiving the Great Friends of Kids Award is a celebration of the museum. I don't think it's a celebration of Lisa and I. Yes, we've been part of the museum for 10 or 15 years now. We've co-chaired the Friends Around the World Festival over years. But what this says to us is that the Children's Museum in Long Island is a national treasure. It's set up and organized to bring families together, different cultures together, and come and learn, explore, educate, and celebrate.
We're very grateful for this award because we've been married almost 30 years, and I remember as newlyweds walking with Louis, that's one of our hobbies, and saying, how are we going to give back throughout our lives? What are the causes that are important to us, and how are we going to give back? We made a decision that we would always focus on children and education, and we've been true to that.
Lisa and I just represent so many families that have come together to make this great museum what it is. It's special.
Oh, we love you, Warrens. I'm telling you and I'm telling me that we can't thank you enough for everything that you're doing to be great friends to kids like me and everybody who's watching. Now, I know you couldn't accept your award because, well, no one can be anywhere right now. But let me tell you, I'm going to accept it on behalf of you because I saw it. And it's so shiny. It's so beautiful. Personally, I think you should fill it with candy. It's beautiful. In fact, check out your award. You're going to love it. Ugh.
And now, the world premiere music video filmed exclusively at the museum under the direction of Lynette Carr Hicks. It's the Uniondale High School Show Choir, Rhythm of the Night, here to sing Brand New Day from The Wiz.
Everybody's glad, 'cause the time is here and good is gone. Freedom to sing,
amazing! Whoa, what a way to celebrate tonight's event! Lynette Carr Hicks, whoa! What an amazing job you're doing with the Uniondale High School show choir. Whew, when I'm old enough, I'm gonna join for sure. Can you feel it?
No, let's say that your basketball team is in New York City and you're stuck in Uniondale. You don't want to run 60 minutes, so just get on your car and drive through the bridge.
I think the bridge kind of connects people from like the outside communities and bring them together, one family to another family, or the museum to the families or friends, just a way of connecting them.
Most people, I think, want the same things from life. They want to be happy, they want a healthy family, they want security and education and health. They maybe differ on the details, but the most important things are probably similar. I would hope that that bridge would bring the people together.
It takes many parts to build a bridge, a structure that is strong and serves a purpose. Each of those parts connect as one. Each of us are a part of the bridge of humanity. Some of us will be the road, some of us will be the light. All of us form the bridge that connects us as a human race. Imagine one part of the bridge missing. That part matters, just like Black lives.
You know what? In tough times, it's really good to know that we can find joy together in the little things and just learn to love each other a little bit more and laugh together in a deeper, more meaningful way. The LICM cares so much. So we need to keep sharing that joy, everyone, so we can be part of the bridge together. And I just want to thank everyone who's watching tonight and to everyone who donated. And of course, you can donate at any time. It doesn't even have to be tonight. But I want you to know that we're always here for you. And we thank you for being here for us. Oh, speaking of being here for you, guess what? Come see us. Yeah, we're open again. And it's okay because we're observing everything you need to feel safe. And, well, hey, don't you think we should see how our bridge is going? I can't wait. Wow, that is so inspiring. What a beautiful piece of art. Maybe when you come to see us at the museum, you'll see that painting that was created just for this night. And we know that we shared it together so we can feel a part of it. Well, this is going to hang in the museum for the next coming year. And then we're going to auction it off at next year's Cupcakes and Cocktails. Oh, and drum roll. This just in. That's my attempt at a drum roll. But the museum just confirmed the honoree for next year's event. It is the one and only New York Islanders owner, Jon Ledecky. Wow, right? Woo, it's going to be great. What an event. Oh my goodness, this has been fabulous. Granted, I don't have a cupcake. You ate them all. There's no cupcake. What? What do you mean? What am I gonna? Oh, wait. Here's something. It's very good.
toddlers kicking and screaming out of the museum, I think, check, job well done, because no, they don't want to leave. So when you see kids crying when they're leaving, I think
their parents are saying, we have to go. I don't want to go. Okay, it's usually a sign of happiness that they were having so much fun here. That's why they don't want to go.
We teach a lot of programs here. I actually teach a program where we dissect a fish and we fillet it, cook it and eat it. We're learning about the food chain, but there's a lot of comparative anatomy. I've taught it for many, many years, and I was walking in public one day and a group of teenagers who probably had me as a child in their classroom or maybe here had that experience collectively yelled out, "Hey, it's the fish lady!" And I thought, oh, not really the title I want, but felt what a feel-good moment.
We do a taste test where we talk about sour, sweet, salty, and bitter, and we have things like mustard and pretzels and lemons. Getting them to taste the different foods and watching their reactions is, absolutely very funny for everyone. And even the kids laugh about it because we take pictures and then show them after of their face, and they like having fun.
Kids who come to me and they say, you must be very happy because you get to work here. Actually, some of them think we actually sleep here. Yeah, we kind of do sometimes.
Kids keep us laughing. I was recently teaching a first grade group in Kiva, and we were building castles, and we were talking about castles and why the architecture of castles are a certain way. And we were talking about moats and the water around them. And I asked how they thought people crossed them. And one little boy said, oh, maybe you could take, a jet ski. And this little girl with confidence behind him was shaking her head like, no. Obviously, you would ride a dolphin.
Oh no, it is Miss Ladybug. I am afraid. She's telling me kiss my arms and ahs goodbye. It's a dolphin, DJ. No.
I love Long Island Children's Museum. It's the best.
Thank you, Children Long Island Children's Museum.
Thank you all, LICM.
We love you, LICM. Thank you, LICM. I love you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done.
Thank you, LICM. I love working here.
We love you, LICM.
We love you, LICM.
I see you on the CM.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
LICM is now open Thursday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Plan your visit today and see how we're playing safely.